Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94 here, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to Remember 2003. 2003. Only thing I remember about from 2003 is
Baby, I don't wanna hurt nobody, but there is something that I must confess.
that's the only thing I remember from 2003. That and NBA Street Volume 2. That's the only things I remember. NBA Street Volume 2. R. Kelly dropping. It's the remix to Ignition. It's hot and fresh out the kitchen. My mama rolling the body. Got every man in here wishing. All right, Marco, we'll holla at you. But yeah, man, without further ado, man, let's get right into it, though.
Oh. Is this chicken what I have, or is this fish? I know it's tuna, but it says chicken by the sea. Is that stupid? What? Don't make fun of me right now. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, put some ice on that, Jamal.
I've had tuna fish like sandwiches and stuff like this.
Maybe you and I have eaten tuna like this before.
Why is it called chicken by the sea or in the sea?
Chicken of the Sea is the brand.
Oh.
You know, because a lot of people eat tuna, it's like a lot of people eat chicken, so it's like a chicken of the sea.
Okay, I understand that. I read it wrong.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
2003. What is there to be said that hasn't been said about this year already?
Oh yeah, I forgot about 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent. I totally forgot. I forget about the man of two quarters. I forget about him. I forget about the man of two quarters, man. I forgot all about him. Yeah.
2003 was a pretty interesting and stacked year full of some of the biggest pop culture moments of the 2000s decade. I really feel like 2003 was the most 2000s year to ever exist, if that makes sense, as by this time, many trends from the late 90s were long gone, and the 2000s really started to find its footing and identity as a decade. I also feel like there was a clear shift from the other years during the Y2K era, making it one of the most memorable yet overlooked years of the 21st century so far. I turned 8 this year, and I remember most of the events that took place in real time, as this year was truly an iconic and memorable era for pop culture as a whole. Throughout the year, we witnessed many major pop culture moments that had us in a chokehold, from the larger-than-life blockbusters to the shocking celebrity scandals to iconic musical releases, memorable sports moments, video games, the early beginnings of social media, and the start of a war that changed the course of history, as well as many other key moments. So I thought it would be a fun idea to take a look back and see what life was like during 2003, which was one of my favorite years of my childhood, and to see if it was the greatest year of the 2000s.
It wasn't, but it was a good year, though.
How'd you find this place?
Yahoo.
Wait. What?
How did you learn how to talk?
Yahoo.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Like I mentioned earlier, 2003 was a clear standout year from the Y2K era, where many people consider it to be one of the best years of the 2000s decade. It was one of those years where you just had to be there, as everything that happened felt like a major life-changing event. By 2003, we had moved away from the fun, lighthearted optimism of the 1990s to a more serious and cynical tone, mostly due to the rise of the internet, shock humor, tabloid media, cultural fear, paranoia, and more, making the 2000s one of the most polarizing decades we have ever witnessed. Which, speaking of, I actually made a video recently ranking every #1 hit of the 2000s from what I consider to be the worst to what I consider to be the best, so you should check it out. The link will be on the screen somewhere or in the bio in my Patreon. And make sure you check that out, as I worked really hard on that. But anyways, in 2003, we were still recovering from the 9/11 attack, still being fresh on everyone's mind, and a major talking point for how we would move forward from the recent events.
Man, we just moved on, bro. Let's be for real, bro. 2002 was a very somber year, but by 2003, we said, hey, man, fuck all that. Let's turn up, nigga. And that's what we did. We just started partying again. We couldn't just keep sitting there. We just couldn't keep sitting around talking about I'm scared to get on a flight. What if they attack us again? Nah. Fuck it. We ball. That's what we had to do. We just had to say, fuck it. Let's ball. It happens, man. Shit happens, bro. That's real. Shit just happened, bro.
We have a video on the year 2001, so you can check that out after you watch this video. On March 19th, President George W. Bush announced the start of the Iraq War, which lasted until 2011 with the plans to disarm Iraq of weapons of mass destruction, end Saddam Hussein's reign of and liberate the Iraqi people. And I'm actually not going to go into detail on this topic because this video would be way too long, and I'm not trying to get my channel shadow banned or flagged or whatever. But just know that the Iraq War started this year and was a major turning point in world history. Besides the Iraq War, other major world news events that took place this year included the Columbia Space Shuttle disaster killing all 7 crew members in Texas, the SARS outbreak that originated in China, a massive earthquake in Iran, 10 nations getting approved for membership to the European Union, the Second Liberian Civil War ends after President Charles Taylor resigns and flees the country, North Korea restarting its nuclear weapons program, and several political leaders were convicted in the International Criminal Tribunals for Rwanda and the former Yugoslavia. The Human Genome Project announced that it had finished mapping the human genome, while controversies regarding human cloning and genetically modified crops caused political turmoil around the scientific community. We also learned about the discovery of a never-before-seen dinosaur called the Rajasaurus narmadensis, as well as many other things. 2003 was a pretty fun and exciting year in the sports world. The Florida Marlins defeated the New York Yankees 4-2, winning the World Series, marking their second championship in franchise history, while the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won this year's Super Bowl against the Oakland Raiders with a score of 48-21. And shout out to all my Floridians.
They cheated. They cheated. The Tampa Buccaneers fucking cheated. Because they had the coach. They swapped the coaches. Well, they didn't swap the coaches, but you know what I mean. The coach that was the coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was originally on the fucking Raiders. Then he went to Tampa. He knew all they fucking plays, and he fucking cheated. He cheated. I don't care what anybody say. He fucking cheated.
We really did our big one in 2003.
John Gruden fucking cheated.
The San Antonio Spurs defeated the New Jersey Nets 4-2 for their second championship, with Tim Duncan being named the MVP of the championship series. Michael Jordan...
Man, that was... I ain't gonna lie. This was probably one of the weakest finals of all time, bro. Ain't nobody watched this shit. Ain't nobody... We was not watching this shit, bro. You say, hey, bro, the finals on. So, man, we outside hooping. What you finna do? Oh, shit, we hooping, then say less. Nigga, we was literally outside hooping. We was not watching this shit, bro. The Lakers, we wanted to see the Lakers 4-peat, bro. We wasn't trying to see the Spurs and fucking... We already knew New Jersey was gonna lose, and nobody gave a fuck about the Spurs back then, bro. So... niggas was literally outside. Like, fuck this finals.
Nets 4-2 for their second championship, with Tim Duncan being named the MVP of the championship series. Michael Jordan also officially retired from the NBA this year after several attempts years prior. At this year's WrestleMania, Brock Lesnar won the WWE Championship from defending champion Kurt Angle, where this was the main event of the night. There was also...
And damn near fucking killed himself trying to get a goddamn doing a fucking shooting star press off the top rope.
That infamous fight between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin, which The Rock won, marking Austin's final match before his retirement from in-ring performances due to injuries sustained in previous years. This was also the year we were introduced to a then 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, who would later become one of the world's greatest footballers. Other popular athletes from this year included Serena Williams, Michael Schumacher, Michael Phelps, Lance Armstrong, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Albert Pujols, and Barry Bonds, as well as many others. Throughout the year, we saw the many advancements in technology, from the rise of social media sites, broadband internet, to the popularization of laptops, the third-generation iPod, and Xbox Live taking over, as well as many other things that really define the Y2K era. In August, MySpace was launched to the public to rival the fairly new Friendster website, which launched a year prior. MySpace quickly became one of the most popular websites of the time, and one of the most influential and early social media sites. Other popular websites that launched this year were Skype, WordPress, and the iTunes Store. By this time, most people had computers or personal laptops, which helped with the rise of online and mobile games.
Yup, everybody had a computer. Which meant everybody knew about LimeWire around this time. This is when the bootleg mans was shaking in their boots. Because it was like, man, what y'all mean you got that song already? Yeah, bro, I got that song. I got LimeWire. What you mean you got LimeWire? I got LimeWire. You ain't supposed to have it. Hey, bro, I just don't need that from you. But the bootleg man still had them DVDs. That's all he had left. That's all the bootleg man had left was them DVDs. That was it. Them CDs, the musics, all that music and stuff. All that shit was done. That shit was over with. Yeah, everybody started getting computers. Computers started getting cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Computers started getting cheaper. everybody was getting LimeWire on their computer, it was like, yeah, bro, we good on the music tip. What you got in the movie department though? Oh, I got that new Friday. I got that new Friday that just came out. Oh, you got that new Friday? Let me get that then.
Gaming. In 2003, Nintendo released the Game Boy Advance SP, which later became the definitive model according to fans. The Game Boy Advance SP was actually the first handheld Nintendo console to have the rechargeable battery powered by an AC adapter instead of using AA batteries. And I actually had this version of the Game Boy this year, which was just a major part of my childhood. You just had to be there.
Man,
Some
fuck
of the
a
hottest
Game
video
Boy.
games this year were Tony Hawk's Underground, Maiden NFL 2004, NBA
Madden.
Live 2004, Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
that's what's
X2, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, Sonic Heroes, Postal 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Yuru Ages Beyond Mist, and WWE SmackDown Here Comes
This game overrated.
the Pain. We also got some new IPs this year, including Beyond Good and Evil, Boktai, The Sun Is in Your Hand, and the launch of the Call of Duty franchise, as well as many others. 2003 was a pretty solid year for the theme park industry, with a focus on 4D technology, higher attendance numbers, new coaster openings, and record breakers. Some of the most popular attractions that opened this year were Shrek 4D at the Universal Parks, Mickey's PhilharMagic at Walt Disney's Magic Kingdom, Mission Space at Epcot, Scream at Six Flags Magic Mountain, Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Great Adventure, and Thunder Dolphin at Tokyo Dome City, as well as many others. Top Thrill Dragster was the talk of the town when it opened at Cedar Point this year, becoming the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the world at the time, as well as being the first ever strata coaster. Many people actually consider it to be one of the greatest roller coasters in the world, as it's gone down in history as an iconic world-class attraction that is beloved by everyone in the theme park community. From breakups to makeups, award show moments, and more, there were several celebrity news stories that had everyone talking throughout the year. This was an era defined by intense media tabloids and salacious scandals that were truly unforgettable. You just had to be there, as we'll never get an era like this again. No doubt, Sting and Shania Twain headlined the Super Bowl halftime show. Bobby Brown was charged with battery against his wife Whitney Houston. Legendary record producer Phil Spector was charged with actress Lana Clarkson. Carson Daly announced that he would be leaving TRL after having hosting the show since the beginning in 1998. And Natalie Maines of the Dixie Chicks said this about the president.
We're ashamed the president of the United States is from Texas.
And this pretty much led to the group being canceled before being canceled was a thing, as well as getting their music boycotted from country music radio stations and fans, which is actually kind of funny and unfortunate, as that's not the most craziest thing somebody can do or say to get canceled, but this was 2003. Following a documentary and an infamous Neverland Ranch raid, Michael Jackson was booked on multiple counts on child in November. Pete Townsend was questioned on suspicion for child possession, while R. Kelly later faced charges. Michael and Peter were later proved innocent of these allegations, while the other one was found guilty. Ruben Studdard won season 2 of American Idol. Courtney Love and Scott Weiland were arrested on drug charges. The Rosie O'Donnell lawsuit, the release of Paris Hilton's infamous tapes. Roy Hearn got attacked by a white tiger in one of his shows, almost losing his life. And Arnold Schwarzenegger got elected as the governor of California. Some of the newlyweds this year were Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin, Kate Winslet and Sam Mendes, Russell Crowe and Danielle Spencer, and Madonna and Guy Ritchie, just to name a few. We also saw the breakups, separations, and divorces of some celeb couples, including Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton, as well as Sadie Frost.
Oh God, that was a terrible relationship.
And Jude Law. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were the hottest couple of 2003, as these
niggas make up to break up to make up to break up. God damn.
two were under the media spotlight throughout the year for their on-again, off-again wedding and for their box office flop Jiggly. They also attended this year's Oscars when they gave the most forced kiss on the red carpet, which, speaking of, the 75th Academy Awards took place on March 23rd, where it was hosted by Steve Martin and was watched by 33 million viewers, making it the least watched and lowest rated televised Oscar ceremony up until that point. Chicago was the big winner of the night, taking home 6 awards, including Best Picture and many others. Meryl Streep became the most nominated actor in Oscar history with 13 nominations. Meanwhile, Jack Nicholson earned his 12th nomination, extending his record as the most nominated male performer, and Lose Yourself from 8 Mile became the first hip-hop song to win the Best Original Song Award. At age 29, Adrian Brody was the youngest person to win Best Actor for his role in The Pianist. Also, during his acceptance speech,
hey, yo,
Halle Berry.
Man, get your hands off that black queen, brother. Hell no. Hell no. Get your hands off of Halle Berry. You don't touch Halle Berry. That's for the niggers. Y'all ain't love her. Y'all wanted to use it and abuse it.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCown. Kobe's 81.
Get your hands off of her.
Cracker ass cracker. Cracker ass cracker.
Y'all do me that. Can y'all promise me that y'all not gonna let the dog eat you do? Let me say hi to the snow bunny. Come here. Black queens forever. Black queens forever. Come here. Black queens forever. Snow bunny never. Snow bunny. Black queens forever. I said black queens forever. Snow bunny. Come here.
man. Get up out of here.
After she presented the award to him, which was... Other winners of the night included Catherine Zeta-Jones, Nicole Kidman, Chris Cooper, Roman Polanski, Hayao Miyazaki, and Eminem, as well as many others. Many people say that the 2003 BET Awards were the best BET Awards, as this year's show was just jam-packed with so...
Nah, this was the best year. This was the best year, without question. 2003 was the best BET Awards to ever fucking exist. If you ever wanted to know what put the BET Awards on the map and what made it a cultural, and gave it this cultural impact and made people want to sit down and be like, yo, the BET Awards on. Hey, y'all going in the house to watch the BET Awards? Nigga, the BET Awards was a fucking spectacle, nigga. Niggas had cookouts. Whole cookouts. Just for the BET Awards, bro. This shit was a cultural moment, bro. Niggas do not know, man. If y'all ever want to know the one that put it on the map, though, it was 2003.
Many iconic moments. Everything from Monique hosting for the first time, to Ashanti and Beyonce wearing the same outfit, to an appearance from Lil' Kim, 50 Cent shooting his shot at Vivica Fox, and Michael Jackson getting to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to his childhood idol, James Brown, later performing with him, just made this an unforgettable night.
You know, I want to thank Vivica Fox for wearing that dress, too.
I couldn't refuse to give this award tonight because nobody has influenced me more than this man right here.
At this year's Grammys, Norah Jones swept the award show, pretty much winning everything she was nominated for, going home with 6 awards including Best New Artist, Record of the Year, Album of the Year, and Song of the Year. Other winners of the night included John Mayer, Usher, Eminem, No Doubt, Coldplay, Missy Elliott, and Nelly, as well as many others. This year's VMAs was also pretty insane, with some of the most memorable moments in VMA history. Throughout the night, we were blessed with performances from 50 Cent, Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, and Metallica, as well as this awkward exchange between Avril Lavigne and Kelly Clarkson, and so many more. Possibly the most talked about and hyped up moment of the night was the show's opener. Madonna opened the show performing a medley of her classic Like a Virgin, as well as her new single Hollywood alongside Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and Missy Elliott, later shocking the crowd, kissing both Christina and Britney on the lips. This caused much controversy and got a lot of backlash, where some people thought it was tacky and others thought it was just pure entertainment. And MTV was messy because right after the kiss with Britney, the cameras went straight to Justin Timberlake to get his reaction in real time, as he and Britney were still pretty fresh off of their highly publicized breakup, completely ignoring Christina's kiss, as her part got cut off just to catch his reaction. Meanwhile, Mary J was not having it. Controversy and shock value aside, this performance has gone down in history as one of the most iconic and memorable VMA moments, as well as being the biggest celebrity pop culture moment of the year. Now enjoy these random red carpet looks. Throughout the year, many future Gen Z icons were born, including Olivia Rodrigo, Greta Thunberg, The Kid Laroi, Aidan Gallagher, Anna Cathcart, Maddie B, Tate McRae, Storm Reed, Jack Doherty, Louis Partridge, Suno, Robert Irwin, and JoJo Siwa, as well as many others.
Man,
we also said goodbye to many legends this year, including Katharine Hepburn, Gregory Peck, Celia Cruz, Jonathan Brandis, Charles Bronson, Johnny Cash, Soulja Slim, Bob Hope, Maurice Gibb, Barry White, Gregory Hines, Robert Kardashian, and everyone's best friend, Fred Rogers, aka Mr. Rogers.
Damn, I remember this too. Damn, I remember this too. Damn, I remember this, man. It was a sad day, man. Mr. Rogers passed away, dog. They was trying to, man, fuck the media, though. They try to make this nigga look bad and shit, man. They try to make Mr. Rogers look bad. I remember that shit. It was like, well, here's Mr. Rogers. They started showing like off recording. They started showing like behind the scenes footage and shit of him cussing and shit, smoking cigarettes and cussing and shit. With behind the scenes footage trying to make him look bad and shit. The man just passed away, bro. It's like, yeah, but look at Mr. Rogers. He's cussing, he's smoking cigarettes. He's not this friendly guy that y'all claim he is. They waited till this man died to slander his name. That's crazy, bro. All this nigga did. All this nigga did, man, was just spread joy, man. Just trying to tell us to be cool, man. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a would you be mine? Could you be mine? Man, motherfucking haters, man. Fuck the media.
well as many others. On September 11th, 2003, actor and comedian John Ritter passed away at the age of 54 from an acute aortic dissection while filming 8 Simple Rules, where he was initially misdiagnosed as having a heart attack before the fatal tear was identified, which is just so unfortunate. Many Gen Xers knew him from his roles in Three's Company and the Problem Child films, but if you're a younger millennial around my age, you knew him as the voice of Clifford the Big Red Dog. John was one of the best male comedians from his time, leaving his mark.
Oh, damn, R.P. Clifford, man. Damn. This is Clifford, my big red dog. Clifford, he ain't in money. Damn, they was getting rid of all our PBS icons, wasn't they?
On many generations that came after him.
America figured out what a beautiful thing a pizzone is. So this is a pizzone. Pizza Hut cooked up a new question. Which pizzone is right for you? Look out, you got 3 irresistible pizzone pizza recipes. Now 1 for just $5.99 or 2 for $10.99. Is it the pepperoni lovers with mucho pepperoni, the meat lovers pizzone with 5 kinds of savory meats, or the classic pizzone with a medley of toppings? What's your pizzone pleasure? Try them all. 1 for $5.99.
Man, we ain't do all that. We just got us some regular ass pizza.
Or 2 for $10.99. You only get a beautiful choice like this when you gather around the good stuff.
2003 was a really great year for the film industry, jam-packed with some of the best movies of the decade and the 21st century so far. This year saw the continued success of many iconic franchises, sequels, reboots, as well as the launch of new franchises that would continue to dominate the entertainment landscape as a whole. Whether you were watching comedies, action adventures, sci-fi flicks, fantasies, rom-coms, thrillers, family, and animation, there was so much variety for everyone, making 2003 a year full of iconic and memorable releases.
Yeah, that's what's up.
2003 was one of the best years of the decade. After the groundbreaking and massive success of the first Matrix film back in 1999, we returned to Mega City with 2 back-to-back films in 2003. With just a 6-month gap in between releases, The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions were both released to theaters to great success.
I'm not gonna lie. I think the second one was trash, but the last one they did, the third one, yeah, they went out with a bang on the third one. The second one, though, was, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was...
Man, you know what? I'm tired of you! I'm tired of this shit!
Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie Ann Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Gloria Foster all reprised their roles from the previous films, with Jada Pinkett Smith joining the cast. The sequel received positive reviews from both critics and fans, while the critical response to The Matrix Revolutions was more negative. One major complaint from fans was that Revolutions did not give answers to the questions raised in Reloaded for some reason. Despite the mixed reviews, these 2 films grossed a combined total of over $1.16 billion worldwide, where The Matrix...
Nah, the third one was the best one, bro. Mainly because it was more action and less talking than the second one was. The second one, it was too much yapping, bro. They was just talking too much in that one. But the third one, they said, fuck all that. Let's get it cracking, nigga. That shit was, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Became one of the defining films from the Y2K era and one of the most popular film franchises ever. Just like the Matrix franchise, the Lord of the Rings trilogy also came to an end this year. With the release of the 3rd and final installment, The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King, the finale made more than $1.14 billion globally, making it the highest grossing film of 2003 and the second highest grossing film up to that point. Fun fact, it was actually the second film behind the Titanic to reach $1 billion at the box office. The Lord of the Rings and the Harry Potter franchise really helped introduce the fantasy magical genre to the mainstream during this time, as we would continue to see more of these larger-than-life whimsical fantasy films over the years. X-Men was another film that got a lot of hype from its initial release back in 2000, so it only made sense for the franchise to come back harder, better for an epic sequel a few years later. On May 2nd, 2003, X2 was released to theaters to great success, being one of the highest grossing and most anticipated film releases of the year. X2 received mostly positive reviews for its storyline, musical score, action sequences, and performances, making it stand out from any other film from that year. Many of the...
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, X-Men 2 was heat. I think X-Men 3 was the one they fucked up on, because the first 2 X-Men, them shits was fire, but that third one...
Man, you know what? I'm tired of you! I'm tired of this shit!
Original cast members reprised their roles for the sequel, including Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, Ian McKellen, Halle Berry, Famke Janssen, James Marsden, Rebecca Ramjan Stamos, Sean Ashmore, and Anna Paquin, with newcomers to the franchise Brian Cox as Colonel William Stryker and Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. The plot centers around Colonel William Stryker leading an assault on Professor Xavier's school to build his own version of Xavier's mutant tracking computer Cerebro to destroy every mutant on Earth and to save the human race from them. And this film actually featured many themes including prejudice, marginalization, friendship, and identity, on top of fans saying it's the best X-Men film in the franchise. And I honestly might agree with them. Walt Disney Studios released 2 live-action films this year based on their popular theme park attractions, Haunted Mansion, which starred Eddie Murphy, and The Pirates of the Caribbean. Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl is a fantasy swashbuckler.
Yeah. Shout out to Jack Sparrow, man. Shout out to Jack Sparrow, man, because we only do shit the Jack Sparrow way.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your heart favorite indeed. Being a pirate is a wretched thing. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Film loosely based on the popular theme park attractions and was the first of the Pirates film franchise. The story follows Pirate Jack Sparrow and the blacksmith Will Turner as they attempt to rescue the kidnapped Elizabeth Swann. The trio later encounters Captain Hector Barbosa and the Black Pearl crew, who were affected by a supernatural curse. Before its release, many actually thought the film would be a box office flop, as the pirate genre had not really been successful for many years for some reason. Despite low expectations, the film was a massive box office success, grossing $650 million worldwide, making it the 4th highest grossing film of 2003 and one of the most successful film franchises ever. The film featured an ensemble cast of big names including Jeffrey Rush as Captain Barbosa, Orlando Bloom as Will Turner, Keira Knightley as Elizabeth Swann, and Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow was the clear standout of the film as a zany, comic relief character, making him an instant fan favorite and the most popular in the Pirates franchise. Johnny Depp's portrayal of Jack Sparrow really made him an A-lister in Hollywood, helping him become a major leading man, as well as being the most instantly recognizable and iconic character of his career. Since its initial release in 2003, the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise would go on to release 4 more successful sequels, win several awards, see massive box office success, and more, making the Pirates to be one of the biggest film franchises of the 21st century so far and of all time.
Actually feeling rather good about this. I think we've all arrived at a very special place, eh? Spiritually, ecumenically, grammatically.
Possibly the most anticipated and iconic film release of 2003 was none other than Finding Nemo. On May 30th, 2003, Pixar Animation Studios released
Finding Nemo was the fucking banger of this year. That and Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys 2 and this were the bangers of 2003 for sure.
their 5th original film, Finding Nemo, for Walt Disney Animation to great success. The film tells a story of an overprotective clownfish named Marlin, who, along with a forgetful regal blue tang named Dory, searches for his missing son Nemo. Along their journey, Marlin learns to take risks, trust his instincts, and comes to terms with Nemo taking care of himself. Upon its release, it received widespread acclaim from critics who praised the visual elements, screenplay, animation, Randy Newman's score, and a wide variety of memorable and colorful characters that were well received by both parents and children. I actually remember getting picked up from school, seeing this in theaters, and just being blown away by how realistic and stunning the underwater setting was. It was just chef kiss. You really had to be there. And I actually have a video where I ranked every Pixar movie, and I go into even more detail on why I like Finding Nemo and why I think it's one of the best. So you should also check that video out when you're done watching this. So there's that.
Y'all, so I found my Finding Nemo DVD, and this was actually the first DVD that I got ever in my life as a kid, so pretty cool. You can see it's in mint condition, and this was the DVD that I got on Christmas Day back in 2003. Like, look at this. I should sell this, you know. Actually, no, I'm not gonna sell it, but like, look at this. Okay, anyways, that's all I have to say.
Finding Nemo became the highest grossing animated film at the time of its release, and the 2nd highest grossing film of 2003, as well as being the 6th highest grossing film overall at the time of its release, earning a total of $871 million worldwide by the end of its initial theatrical run. The film received 4 nominations at the 76th Academy Awards, and won the award for the Best Animated Feature, becoming the first Pixar and Disney film to do so, which is just legendary. The film just has this warm, cozy feel to it that I've always loved, as I still revisit it every once in a while as an adult. And since its release, many people actually regard it as one of the greatest animated films of all time. Other popular films of this year were Bruce Almighty, Freaky Friday, The Last Samurai, Bad Boys 2, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, Kill Bill Volume 1, Daredevil, The Cat in the Hat, Identity, Lost in Translation, Brother Bear, Cheaper by the Dozen, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Barbershop, Elf, The Lizzie McGuire Movie, and School of Rock, as well as many others.
Okay, people.
We forgetting one of the most important ones of this year. The last Friday. The last Friday we got. How we gonna forget Friday after the next? Come on, Chief. What we doing here, bro? Come on, man. Friday after the next. But even though that came out at the end of 2003, that came out around like December 2003. But still though, it came out in that year. So yeah, we gotta show some love to arguably the greatest hood film franchise to ever exist. Most definitely, man. Friday after the next, man. Need they flowers, man.
Pay attention because I do not want to have to fail you.
I thought you didn't believe in grades.
Of course I believe in grades. I was testing you, and you passed. Good work, Summer. 4.5 gold stars for you.
2003 was a very exciting and memorable year for television. The year was full of cancellations, premieres, and record-breaking moments, making 2003 one of the most notable years in television history, or at least of the 21st century so far. Some major cancellations included Dawson's Creek, Farscape, Firefly, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Throughout the year, we witnessed a wide variety of new TV shows, with everything from reality shows to dramas to animated series, sitcoms, and much more. You just had to be there, as flipping through the channels and watching cable was just a vibe. On July 19th, Teen Titans premiered on Cartoon Network as the hottest new animated series around. Teen Titans is an animated superhero television series created by Glenn Murakami, airing for a total of 5 seasons between 2003 and 2006. Side note, if you played the Battle Blitz game on the Cartoon Network website back in the day, you're a real one for that. The 5 main members of the Teen Titans are Robin, who's the intelligent leader of the group, Starfire, a quirky, curious alien princess from the planet Tamaran, Cyborg, a cyborg armed with extraordinary strength and technological powers, Raven, a gothic girl from the parallel world of Azeroth who draws upon dark energy, and Beast Boy, a good-natured joker who can transform into various animals. All 5 of them live in the Titans Tower, which is a large T-shaped building featuring living quarters, a command center, and a variety of training facilities on an island just offshore from the west coast metropolis of Jump City. Throughout the show, the team deals with all manner of criminal activity and threats to the city, while dealing with their own struggles of adolescence, their mutual friendships, and just other things that teenagers go through. The show was so popular that it launched multiple video games, toys, merchandise, and the very successful spin-off Teen Titans Go, which as of making this video, the spin-off is actually still going pretty strong. Teen Titans was one of my favorite shows growing up and one of the best animated series of the decade in my opinion. One Tree Hill is a teen drama TV series that premiered on September 23rd, 2003 on the WB. And does anybody else remember the WB, or is it just me? The show is set in the fictional town of Tree Hill, North Carolina, and initially follows the lives of 2 half-brothers played by Chad Michael Murray and James Lafferty, who compete for positions on their school's basketball team and the drama that ensues from the brothers' respective romantic relationships. The series premiered to 2.5 million viewers and later rose to 3.3 million in its second week. With a total of 9 seasons and 187 episodes, One Tree Hill became one of the most popular and defining shows of the decade. It also received numerous award nominations, including 2 Teen Choice Awards. Oh, and that theme song is just timeless. If you know, you know. 2003 was a really strong year for comedies as they were the most dominant genre on television at the time. Shows like Arrested Development and 2.5 Men were 2 of the hottest sitcoms that both made their debuts this year to great success. Arrested Development is a satirical television sitcom that debuted on Fox in November of this year. It followed the Bluths, a wealthy and dysfunctional family, and is presented in a serialized format incorporating handheld camera work, voiceover narration, archival photos, and historical footage, maintaining numerous running gags and catchphrases, making it one of the hottest shows of the decade. Immediately once hitting our TV screens, the show received much critical acclaim and fanfare, including 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, a Golden Globe Award, and attracted a cult following as well as many other things. As of now, it has been widely regarded as one of the greatest TV shows of all time, later influencing many single-camera comedy series such as 30 Rock and Community. 2.5 Men is a television sitcom that aired for 12 seasons on CBS from September 22nd, 2003 to February 19th, 2015. The series originally starred Charlie Sheen as Charlie Harper, a jingle writer, alongside John Cryer as his uptight brother Alan, and Angus T. Jones as Alan's son Jake. With a total of 12 seasons, 262 episodes, and a handful of major awards, 2.5 Men became one of the most popular shows of the decade and successful TV shows of all time, as people actually still quote it and rewatch it to this day.
My mom and dad are splitting up.
Yeah, looks that way. You're lucky. When I was your age, I could only dream about my parents splitting up.
During the 1990s, Raven-Symoné was another rising child star, starring in multiple TV shows and films, as well as starting a music career all before the age of 7. She was in so many projects like Dr. Dolittle, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, The Little Rascals, Xenon Girl of the 21st Century, and playing Olivia in The Cosby Show, as well as many other roles. Fast forward to 2003, Raven got the opportunity to star as the lead of her own show, which made her a household name and one of the main it girls of the decade. That's So Raven is a fantasy teen sitcom that aired on Disney Channel for 4 seasons between January 2003 and November 2007. The series centers on Raven Baxter, a teenager with hidden psychic abilities, experiencing visions on future events, on top of dealing with typical teenager life and keeping her secret. During each episode, Raven often misinterprets the events she foresees, later intervening to prevent a vision from coming true or protect her friends and family from something, despite her visions always happening. The show was mostly known for its unique fashion, crazy plot lines, relatable characters, wacky disguises, and Raven's comedic timing, making the show stand out from other children's sitcoms at the time. And I actually still quote and rewatch it every once in a while, as this was one of my favorite shows growing up.
Did you know who I be? Did you listen to music?
Do you watch TV?
Do you carry a lunchbox?
That's So Raven became the first live-action Disney Channel original series to produce 100 episodes, 4 seasons, multiple Emmy Awards, and 2 spin-offs, making it one of the most popular shows on the network. Raven also starred in the hit Disney Channel original movie, The Cheetah Girls, later that summer alongside 3LW members Keely Williams and Adrienne Bailon Halton, as well as newcomer Sabrina Bryan to great success. The Cheetah Girls would go on to become one of the most notable and iconic DCOM franchises ever, pretty much laying the foundation and setting the tone for the future DCOMs like High School Musical, Camp Rock, and The Descendants, to name a few. You just had to be there, as Raven-Symoné was one of the standout stars of the year. Other popular TV shows from this year included The OC, Jimmy Kimmel Live, All Grown Up, Punk'd, All of Us, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, The Simple Life, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Nip Tuck, Newlyweds, The Venture Bros, NCIS, Shaolin Showdown, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Reno 911, Lilo and Stitch the Series, and America's Next Top Model, as well as many others.
Oh, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. I had to call on Jesus, I don't know how many times. Oh, Jesus, 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 take it back.
Oh my gosh, that is Snake.
Jeffrey, are you sure about this?
Are you kidding? We're launching our biggest season ever.
Ah man, RP Toys R Us, man.
And I want everyone to know about it.
I know, but your head's too close to the helium.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a very important announcement.
Check out this week's offers, like buy two, get the third free at all GameCube software, GameCube system.
RP Toys R Us, man.
$19.99. And get a free Barbie carriage.
Even though they still alive in Canada, but still, RP to them.
2003 was a really interesting and memorable year for the music industry, as there was a noticeable shift in direction of where the decade was headed. By this point in time, many of the musical trends from the 1990s had completely faded away, as the 2000s really started to find its footing, sound, and aesthetic as a decade. In 2003, listeners still consumed music traditionally from buying CDs and physical copies at stores to watching music videos on various television stations such as BET, VH1, and MTV, and listening to whatever was playing on the radio stations at the time. This was also the era when downloading and purchasing music on various websites such as LimeWire and the launch of the iTunes Store really took over the industry, as it became the new standard for how we listen to music. Throughout the year, we witnessed the rise of several new artists, saw massive comebacks, iconic album releases, and a wide variety of genres of artists that dominated the radio and charts as one of the best years of the new millennium. Hip-hop, punk, R&B, pop, crunk, country, rock, adult contemporary, and dancehall all coexisted together, making 2003 one of the most standout and best years for music during the 21st century so far. During the late 90s and early 2000s, Justin Timberlake quickly became a heartthrob to many teens around the globe, as he was one of the lead singers of the popular boy band NSYNC. NSYNC were a really big deal back then and one of the most iconic groups during the Y2K era. Fast forward to the year 2002, Justin released his highly anticipated debut studio album, Justified, to great success. Released in late 2002, Justified was written and recorded in a 6-week period during an NSYNC hiatus, which is honestly really impressive and just shows how hungry artists were back then compared to now. For this album, Justin wanted to portray a more mature image as an R&B performer with slicker production and adult lyrics, rather than a cookie-cutter boy band pop image that he had in the past. Timbaland and the Neptunes produced most of the album, as they were the hottest producers in pop at the time, as they produced for many people back in the day. Many of the songs on this album were actually Michael Jackson rejects that were later reworked and modified to fit Justin's sound and style. The album produced many major hits including Rock Your Body, Like I Love You, Senorita, and Cry Me a River, as well as many others. Many actually felt like Cry Me a River was the signature song on the album, where it peaked at number 3 on the Hot 100 and caused a lot of media speculation as to who he might have been talking about in the lyrics: Cedric the Entertainer. Justified received generally positive reviews from critics who complimented the mature progression of the material.
And fuck Justin Timberlake. Fuck this bitch ass nigga. I'm appreciating the hate that he been getting recently. I appreciate it. People starting to turn around and starting to hate this nigga. I appreciate it. The hate is justified. I'm just saying. The hate is justified at this point. I don't know. I don't see what y'all niggas saw in this man before. He's a liar. He's a cheater. He don't take accountability for his actions. Fuck this nigga.
Pull up in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta pull up in front of my house. Pull up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out. Right down the block. You know where it's at. You study my whole neighborhood. Or pull up in front of the Kmart and let's bang out. And let's do it on camera. I throw my life away, you throw your life away right now. Right now. Let's do it for the camera. Right now. And if you win, I'll make sure I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Yeah, this is up. Yeah. Yeah, fuck that nigga. Yeah, fuck Justin Timberlake.
Although some criticize its lyrical content for feeling forced, cringe, and pandering at times. Despite some criticism, the album would go on to sell over 10 million copies worldwide, making it one of the biggest albums of the 21st century so far, one of the most successful debut albums, and the start of Justin Timberlake's massive solo career. Christina Aguilera was another young rising star during the Y2K days, as she found massive success as the next big thing in music. During her early years, she was just another upcoming artist in the height of the teen pop craze that dominated the late 90s and early 2000s with big hits like Genie in a Bottle, What a Girl Wants, Come On Over Baby, and Lady Marmalade. And she even won some Grammys, including Best New Artist and Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals within her first 2 years of her career, which is actually really impressive. Fast forward to late 2002, Christina released her highly anticipated 4th studio album, Strip, to great success. Technically, it's her 4th record, but it felt more like a sophomore album after a Spanish re-recording of her debut and a Christmas album back in 2000. Looking to transition from the teen pop styles of her self-titled debut album, Christina took more creative control.
Yeah, Christina Aguilera lost me, bro. Christina Aguilera lost me when she said she don't take showers that often. When she said, I don't take showers that often. No. Like, you dirty bitch. Get the fuck away from me. Hell no. Get your dirty ass away from me. Hell no. Probably smell like shit.
Boy, it's out the mud. We got Rashad McCown. Kobe's 81.
Hell no. Trash ass nigga.
Nasty bitch. Nasty bitch. Nasty bitch.
Control over her next era both musically and lyrically. She also changed her public image and established her alter ego Xtina. It's very clear that this was the era where she really wanted to distance herself from the Britney comparisons, despite what some fans say. For this era, she got dark hair, a spray tan, chaps, a black scent, and had a dream to make history.
I said, I want to make history. And that's what this is.
I've only met her one time, Christina Aguilera. It was back when I was on the radio, and I met Black Christina. So I don't know what she's talking about. She walked in the room. She's like, "What's up?" No, true story. This is back when she was doing the Dirty, and she had the thing. She had the song with Redman, and she has Xtina on her. She was like, "What's up?" I was like, "How are you doing?" She said, "Is this my seat?" I was like, "Are we serious here?" So I only know Black Christina. I don't even know this woman.
Why would she say that?
Musically, the album incorporates pop and R&B with influences from many different genres including soul, rock, hip-hop, and Latin music. Lyrically, most of the album's songs discuss the theme of self-respect, while a few of the other songs talk about love, sex, and feminism. The album produced 5 singles, including the over-the-top controversial Dirty, which featured Redman, the arena rock-tinged Fighter, the sassy girl power anthem Can't Hold Us Down, which featured Lil' Kim, and the power ballad The Voice Within. Beautiful was the centerpiece of the album and most popular song, discussing themes of inner beauty, high self-esteem, confidence, and insecurity. Beautiful became an unofficial LGBT anthem and Christina's signature hit. Surprisingly, as popular as this song was, it only peaked at the number 2 spot, being blocked by B2K's Bump Bump Bump, which featured—
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
That's everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Diddy party. Like a Diddy party. Diddy party.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. Baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go pop, pop, pop. Yeah.
The Diddler of all people. Despite its initial critical reception, Stripped and its singles received 5 Grammy Award nominations, including 1 win, and has since gone on to receive critical praise, being seen as Christina's magnum opus by fans and critics. As of now, the album has sold over 12 million copies worldwide, making it a standout album from the 2000s decade, as well as becoming one of the best-selling albums of the 21st century so far. Throughout the year, there were several artists, groups, and bands that debuted or started gaining widespread recognition, with everyone from Sean Paul to Kings of Leon to Lumidee, Amy Winehouse, Jet, Hilary Duff, and so many more. On March 4th, 2003, American rock band Evanescence released their debut studio album Fallen to great success. The album received generally positive reviews from music critics, mostly due to the songwriting, production, and lead singer Amy Lee's vocal abilities. Fallen is primarily a rock album with elements of nu metal, alternative metal, gothic metal, and pop rock. In the band's early years, similar to bands like Creed, they were actually seen as a Christian rock band, with their albums being sold in mostly Christian bookstores across the country, when in reality they were just another secular group with uplifting lyrics and themes. Their debut album featured many hits including Going Under, My Immortal, and the very popular Bring Me to Life. Bring Me to Life is about waking up from emotional numbness and breaking free from a difficult relationship to rediscover oneself, to metaphorically wake up from a dreamlike state or coming back to life. The song peaked at number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100, later becoming the 10th biggest hit of 2003 and one of the biggest hits of the entire decade. As of now, it's Evanescence's signature hit and most popular song in their entire discography. Similar to Justin Timberlake and Christina Aguilera, Beyonce Knowles rose to fame during the late 90s as the lead singer of popular R&B girl group Destiny's Child.
Yeah, shout out to Beyonce, her debut album, even though that's not her best album, but still, good album.
From 1998 to 2002, this group was everywhere, scoring several chart toppers, selling platinum albums, and winning multiple awards, making Destiny's Child one of the hottest girl groups at the time. Matthew Knowles really had these girls working. During the recording of the group's 3rd album, each member of Destiny's Child announced that they had plans to eventually work on their own individual solo debut albums in the following years. On June—
Shit, ain't nobody check that shit. I ain't heard no Kelly Rowland album, and I for damn sure ain't hear no Michelle album, but we sure as hell knew about that Beyonce album.
June 20th, 2003, Beyonce released her highly anticipated debut studio album, Dangerously in Love, to great success. Sonically, the album is a mixture of up-tempo tracks and ballads, all of which are primarily R&B songs.
You said, what's her best album? Her second one.
And Arabic music. As the executive producer of the album, Beyonce took a wider role in its production, co-writing a majority of the songs, choosing which ones to produce, and sharing ideas on mixing and mastering, which is legendary behavior. Also, she remained pretty discreet about her interpretation of the album's songs, as it was pretty obvious that these songs were about her and Jay-Z's relationship, as they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time, and one of the biggest celebrity couples of the year. Upon its release, Dangerously in Love received mixed reviews from critics, but was a commercial success, with the album debuting at #1 on the US Billboard 200 with sales of 317K copies in its first week. In May of this year, Crazy in Love was released as the lead single from her album to great success. The song featured a guest verse from Jay-Z and is a fusion of pop, hip-hop, and R&B with elements of 1970s soul and funk. Crazy in Love was an instant smash hit, spending a total of 8 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it Beyonce's first #1 as a solo artist and the song of the summer. It became the biggest song from a female artist that year, the 4th biggest hit of 2003, and the 40th biggest hit of the 2000s decade as a whole. And you couldn't go anywhere without hearing this song or seeing the video, as it was just everywhere, as she performed it on every major awards show and talk show that year, including the BET Awards, the Oprah Winfrey Show, Top of the Pops, and the MTV VMAs. Matthew Knowles really had her working that year. Crazy in Love is widely recognized by many as a fan favorite and as the song that launched her solo career to the mainstream. This album produced other major hits, including Baby Boy, which featured Sean Paul, and Me, Myself, and I, as well as many others. Beyonce was easily one of the biggest breakout artists of the year, and later became one of the most successful and influential artists of the 21st century. Some of the hottest albums of 2003 were Outkast's Speakerbox, The Love Below, Linkin Park's Meteora, The White Stripes' Elephant, Jay-Z's The Black Album, Fall Out Boy's Take This to Your Grave, Lil' Kim's La Bella Mafia, Fabulous's debut, The Black Eyed Peas' Elefunk, Ashanti's Chapter 2, Kelly Clarkson's debut Thankful, Monica's After the Storm, John Mayer's Heavier Things, Toby Keith's Shockin' Y'all, Alicia Keys' Diary of Alicia Keys, and Britney Spears' In the Zone, as well as many others. Possibly the biggest breakout star of 2003 was none other than 50 Cent himself. After getting dropped from Columbia 9 times back in 2000, 50 was later signed to Shady Aftermath Records, alongside where he worked heavily with Dr. Dre and Eminem, who both served.
Man, 50 had the fucking scene on lock. I'm talking about he had it all, bruh. Y'all, if you just had to be there to understand, bruh. 50 had the fucking world at the palm of his head. You know how many white kids was out here screaming, you net. It's like, when you start listening to rap music, just now, 50 Cent is cool, man. Yeah. Telling y'all, dog, 50 had this shit in a chokehold, bruh. Shout out to him, though. He had fucking 2003 in a fucking chokehold, bro. There was no escaping 50, bro. Once he dropped that, go, shawty. It's your birthday. We gonna party like it's your birthday. After that, it was over, bro. 50 had this year on lock. Bruh. Every song he put out, that shit went nuclear. He dropped PIMP, nuclear. When he dropped 21 Questions, nuclear. When he dropped, what was the other one? When he dropped Many Men, oh God, nuclear, bruh. Anything this man dropped in 2003 was going to go crazy, bruh. People couldn't get enough of 50, bruh. That's just the truth. Said, what about Dave Chappelle? Oh, Dave Chappelle should have got more love here, man. I don't know why Chappelle didn't get more love here. But you know what, though? The Chappelle Show really didn't break out to the second season. The second season is when the Chappelle Show really, took off.
As executive producers for his debut album, where they worked to help make the gangster rap and R&B combo prevalent in the New York hip-hop scene. On February 6, 2003, 50 Cent released his debut studio album, Get Rich or Die Trying, to massive success. Get Rich or Die Trying is a hip-hop album including many subgenres, including East Coast hip-hop, hardcore hip-hop, and gangster rap. The album debuted and peaked at #1 on the Billboard 200, selling over 872,000 copies in its first week of sales, making it one of the biggest first-week sales for a debut album. The album's singles also saw worldwide success, with 21 Questions, PIMP, and Wanksta all being major hits. In the Club was the lead single and main song from the album. Produced by Dr. Dre, In the Club became a massive hit as it topped the charts in several countries globally, including Australia, Canada, Germany, Colombia, Ireland, and the US. In the US, the song spent a total of 9 weeks at #1, tying it as the longest running chart topper of the year alongside Beyonce's Baby Boy. In the Club would go on to be placed as the 153rd biggest hit in Billboard's history, the 24th biggest hit of the 2000s decade, and the #1 song of 2003. The song is a classic and is seen as one of the most popular and influential hip-hop songs of all time. Since its release, it's been ranked on many lists as one of the greatest hip-hop songs ever made.
Boom!
Other big hits from 2003 included Get Low from Lil Jon.
Yeah. Now, if you want to talk about a song that had people in the chokehold, oh boy. 369, then shot it 5. Oh, just shack it to me one more time, then go. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low to the window, to the wall, to the wall, to the sweat drip from my balls, all these bitches crawl, crawl, oh, ski, ski, motherfucker, oh, ski, ski, goddamn, oh, ski, ski, motherfucker, oh, ski, ski, goddamn, man. You just had to be there, bro. 2003, bro. You just had to be there, bro. Get Low, In the Club by 50 Cent, Beyonce and all her tracks, motherfucking R. Kelly and fucking it's the remix to Ignition. It's hot and fresh out the kitchen. My mama rolling that body, got every man in there wishing, bro. Oh, Ludacris too. Ludacris. He didn't bring up Ludacris. Ludacris was going crazy too this year, especially when you dropped that Stand Up. Stand Up. When I move, you move. It's like, bruh, 2003 has some actors, bruh. Hey, man. 2003 was one of them years, bruh. Fuck what they talking about, bruh. 2003 was one of them years. I ain't forget about that Bad Boys 2 album soundtrack either. The soundtrack to Bad Boys 2 and that motherfucking Let Me See You Shake Your Tail Feather. Oh, girl, gonna take it low. Get it through a song. Do you really know a song? Do you really wanna know? Do you really wanna know? Just shake that ass to the floor. Man, that song with that was the song of the damn summer. Because they wouldn't stop playing that shit. But, hey, it is what it is. 2003, man. Y'all just had to be there. And he ain't talk about NBA Street Volume 2, man. What the hell we talking about, man? NBA Street Volume 2 had 2003 in the chokehold. It had all of us in the chokehold, bro. There was not a game night that did not involve NBA Street Volume 2 being played, bro. They tripping, man. Y'all just had to be there, dog. 2003 was one of them years, bro.
The Yin Yang Twins, Where's the Love from the Black Eyed Peas, Get Busy
the Black Eyed Peas,
Clocks from Coldplay, Stand Up from Ludacris featuring Shawnna,
that's
When
what's
I'm Gone
up.
from Three Doors Down, Landslide from the Dixie Chicks, Unwell from Matchbox 20, All I Have from J-Lo and LL Cool J, Mesmerized from Ja Rule and Ashanti, I'm With You from Avril Lavigne, and the Ignition remix from R. Kelly as well as many others. 2003 was a pretty eventful year, full of some major events that we will never forget. Other things that happened this year included the Broadway debut of Wicked and Avenue Q, Teen Vogue magazine publishing their first issue, this iconic Vanity Fair magazine cover, the Da Vinci Code being published, the popularization of Ugg boots, Johnny Depp being named People's Sexiest Man Alive, U.S. soldiers being named Time Magazine's People of the Year, Louis Vuitton releasing its first multicolor monogram bag collection, this iconic iPod commercial, and Starbucks launched the pumpkin spice latte as well as many other things. So that was 2003, a pretty interesting and eventful year from start to finish. I feel like 2003 was one of the best years from the 2000s decade and of my childhood. It was definitely one of those years where you just had to be there as everything just felt like a big event. So I want to know from y'all, what did you think of 2003? What was your favorite movie? Did you watch Pirates of the Caribbean this year? Did you watch Finding Nemo or the X-Men sequel? Did you watch any of these award shows like the BET Awards or the VMAs this year? What was your favorite show? What was your favorite movie? Did you watch 2.5 Men or America's Next Top Model or That's So Raven or Teen Titans this year? Were you into Christina Aguilera or Justin Timberlake, 50 Cent, Beyonce, the Black Eyed Peas? What was your favorite song of the year? Did you have any of these video games? Did you have a MySpace this year? Did you have an iPod in 2003? Did you go on Top Thrill Drag?
I ain't no MySpace. I'm a nigga. We was on BlackPlanet.com. We was on BlackPlanet.com with no profile picture. Going in and waiting for them webcam girls to show us so we could see some titties. Be like, yeah, hey, let me see them titties real quick, girl.
Let me suck your titties, baby.
Oh. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Black Planet, man. Let me see your webcam. I ain't got one. Why you ain't got no webcam? I ain't want to buy one. But I see you got one. You looking cute and shit. You know what I'm saying? Got them big old titties. I'm trying to see some, girl. Let me see them titties real quick, girl. You know what I'm saying? Some badass little kids on the internet getting grown ass women to show us their titties, bro. Good times. Good times.
Let me suck your titties, baby. Oh.
When it first opened, was this the best year of the 2000s decade? And what did you think of 2003 as a whole? Let me know down below.
Alrighty, man. That's just gonna about do it for this one, most definitely, man. Hey, 2003 was a motherfucking year, man. That's when we got back on track, man. That's why 2002 is like sort of forgettable. As much greatness came out of 2002, that 9/11 shit was still looming over everybody's head. It was still like in a doom and gloom state, but we got over it. We're here now. Everything is all that shit for the birds. Hey, I'm just happy we got past that and moved on. You know what I'm saying? But we bounced back though. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next one. Till then, deuces.